One of the most frightening things that ever happened to me, believe it or not, was on that January 6th date. I talked about being commissioned. Well, this was the January 6th date of the next year, 1971. And the VC hit an ammo dump, which was about a mile from our hospital. And of course, I'm on night duty. Every time we were hit, I was on night duty. It just, I don't know why, but that's the way it happened. But it was the first time that I remember any enemy activity near us. I had been in country about a month and a half, and I was walking to work, and I was getting a little complacent at that point because I was thinking, oh, you know, this is a long tour, and I thought, you know, sometimes things are slow, and so you get, I won't say you got bored, but you got, like, you didn't work as hard.
Comfortable.
Yes. And I was walking to work thinking, oh, this isn't too bad. I've got 11 or 10 and a half more months. And that night we got hit. It was 2 o'clock in the morning, and I had just taken my last patient from the recovery room into ICU. And I said, I will be right back. I'm just going to straighten up. And it was all of a sudden the loudest explosion I ever remember hit. And I thought the mortar hit the building next to our hospital, which is where the doctors slept. And I was so scared, I hid under the metal desk in the recovery room thinking, oh my God, we are being overrun. I trembled, I couldn't believe, I prayed, and then I heard the yelling of the 2 nurses that were in ICU and realized I couldn't stay there. So I grabbed my flak jacket and helmet, and it was just a short 10-foot walk between recovery room and ICU. There we had about 12 American soldiers at that time. We had civilians and we had a POW, so our soldiers came first. We picked them up, we put them on cots, shoved them under the beds. We left their mattress on top of the bed and got other mattresses to shield them so that no other flying glass or shrapnel could come and hit them. And we did it for all of our soldiers first, and then we did the women. There were 2 women civilians, and then we did the men Vietnamese. And last but not least was his POW who had tripped a landmine and was in a body cast. And it normally took 5 people to take care of him. About 2 nurses and 3 corpsmen to even begin to turn him. And another nurse and I picked him up, put him on a cot, and shoved him under his beds. But by that time, we didn't have any more mattresses to put him around him, so we figured his body cast was going to protect him that way.
So I finally made corporal, and I go to NCO school amidst all of this. It's an inter-service school with Army, Air Force, and Marines in it, and I end up coming out first in the class, plus I'd done all these other extra duty things and had been recognized for it. And so I ended up being awarded a meritorious mast and then subsequently a meritorious promotion to sergeant with only 3 months time in grade as corporal. And so I'm just jubilant. Yeah. But I didn't realize that along with that promotion came a chit for Vietnam. Oh, damn. So, okay, so I got to go. Yeah, I went. I board a Continental Airlines charter. I'm probably one of, if not the only, one of very few people on the plane. I mean, it's got flight attendants, the whole kit and caboodle. I'm one of the few people on the plane who are sitting there with full gear on, flight jacket, got my helmet under my seat, and I got everything except a weapon. Huh. And people are kind of looking at you, just scared. I'm just sitting there. I'm dumb and numb, actually. I don't want to go here, but here I am. And so we land in Da Nang, and actually, probably within hours after we land, there's a little incoming into the airfield. Not much, but enough to cause people to go diving into bunkers and things. I felt pretty good about all that stuff I had on by then,
you were prepared.
Exactly. So I report in. I'm at Da Nang, and I find now, as I talk with people at the reunion recently, this is typical. And I think it was probably one of the terrible things about the whole Vietnam experience is that people went to war individually, not as a unit. And so I come in, I report to the Marine NCO, whoever, there, and guy looks at my order and says, "Oh, you're up at Khe Sanh." I said, "Well, where is that?" He says, "About as far north as you want to go." I said, "Well, how you get there?" She says, "Probably get a Rough Rider." And ding, 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 Rough Rider. I'm not too swift, but I know that I don't want to be on a convoy going someplace way up into Indian country, as it was called.